Hey guys, so today, as you guys probably saw in the title, we are going to be doing snowflake nails. I just wanted to teach you guys how to do a snowflake since it is winter, and I'm just putting it on top of an old nail stick, so that means I'm going to buff and cleanse it before I do it. In the end, I forget to put a coat of Clearly Frisky on top, so that means that my base is matte and then my snowflake is shiny, which is kind of cool. Not the effect I was going for, but looks really cool. So just remember that if you do add snowflakes and stuff to nails that you already have on, coat it with Clearly Frisky, otherwise your base will be matte and your snowflake will be shiny. So we're going to be doing the snowflake with Lovey Dovey, and my base coat here is Echoes of Paris, and I believe it's 2 coats. So we're just using this little brush from the Creativity set, and I'm just trying to find the best way to show you guys. I took this from a live, which is why it's vertical. So I start with just a dot, and that dot is going to be the middle of my snowflake. And then from that dot, I'm going to make lines outwards. So your snowflake can really look however you want. This is just kind of the basis for it. You're gonna have to move your hand around a lot if you're doing this on your own nails to try and get the best. So this one I gave 6 spikes. I normally do 8. I'm not sure why I did 6 this time, but it turns out really, really well. So I'm just trying to get those lines as like evenly as possible, trying to make them all the same length. And then I'm going to cure it for 10 seconds just so that if I make a mistake on the next step, I don't erase anything that I've already done. So now that we've done our kind of like base lines, I'm going to do little triangles in between each line. As you can tell, I'm connecting each of those 6 lines with little triangles. Again, you're probably going to try and make them about the same height all the way around, or your snowflake looks a little wonky. So I'm just going to let myself finish off these little triangles. Now when you finish all your triangles and you realize that you might not like how they turned out, some of them might be too big, you can easily take your cleansing pad and just wipe those away. That's why we cured for 10 seconds those baselines, so that when we wipe away things we don't like, they don't leave. It's a really, really helpful tip when you're doing nail art. So now I'm just kind of going back over them, making the lines as even as possible with their thickness, and I'm curing it for, I'm guessing I'm doing it for 10 seconds just to like quickly flash cure it so that I can get ready to do the next step. And I get tired of using the brush, so I'm going back to a dotting tool so I can have a little bit more control, because I'm used to doing nail art with dotting tools. And what I'm doing is I'm putting little dots inside the triangles. It's a very intricate snowflake. And now, still with the smallest dotting tool, what I'm doing is I'm making little V's, kind of like how we did our antlers in our holiday manicure. I'm making little V's out on our little jettisons that we've made prior. And there's 2 V's on each of the lines, and depending on where you put the center of your snowflake, some of your lines might not have the V just because of how you've sized your snowflake and where you've put it. So you don't want to put V's on like the complete left side, because as you can tell on mine, those would technically be off my nail, so I didn't add them there. And so now I'm just taking my dotting tool and just adding little dots everywhere to look like more little snowfall, but they're not like super detailed snowflakes. And then I'm just kind of taking my dotting tool and I'm moving some of the dots out. I'm making the lines, I'm just making lines so that they look like little less detailed snowflakes. So maybe those snowflakes are further away. And as you can see, there's the final look. So I'm going to cure this completely for the 45 seconds once I fix it and make it look how I want. And then if you're doing this on yourself, make sure to put Clearly Frisky on top of it, considering I didn't. So my base is matte and my Lovey Dovey is shiny, but it looks really, really cool. It's super easy to do. If you guys do it, please use hashtag LexLoveLux on Instagram and Facebook so I can see your creations. You can use any color you want. I love you all, but don't forget to love yourselves. Mwah.